Hello, everyone, and welcome to Spoilers, obviously.
Spoilers, obviously. I'm stalling. There we go.
Well, I assume you all know, but if you don't know, I am your host, Joel, and with us today is...
It's me. I'm a snack. It's Moses Moon. Do you go by Joel or do you do Yoel? Like,
it depends where I am and who I'm talking with, because Americans, for some reason, cannot pronounce Yoel. So I tell them just
they
call me
can't pronounce. Joel. They can't pronounce Yoel.
Yes. So I tell like Americans, call me Joel, and Israelis, call me Joel. Israelis can't pronounce Joel; they say Joel. Like, no, it's not Joel, it's Joel. And so for Israelis, they tell them call me Joel. For Americans, they tell them call me Joel. What about you? Do you go by Moses or Moshe or both?
I always go by Moses. There's a few people who are sneakily get away with Moshe because I either just don't have the koach, I don't have the power to be like keep telling them, or the people who are like I care about and like when they say it, it's an affectionate. Whereas mostly I try to go 99% by Moses because that is my name. I grew up on it. Like that's like my parents never called me Moshe at home, and I never had that like I'm embarrassed by my name, so call me Moses, like because that's more whatever. And it was always Moses.
Okay, cool. So
yeah,
awesome.
Even in the army, they called me Moses.
Really? Well,
yeah.
I have to say it's actually really it sounds better. It flows.
I agree. Moshe is an arse, and he's not Moses. They are two different people.
Yeah, I totally agree. But no, it also flows with your surname. Like Moshe Moon doesn't really go as well as Moses Moon.
Yes, that's why I chose that specifically, so it could be written in Sindarian, so it'd look very nice. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge.
Pokey, pokey.
But not actually. Perky, perky. No, that's not. We're not even going to talk about that. We're talking. What are we talking about today, Yoel?
Well, thank you very much, Moshe. Today we are going to talk.
Fuck you. That deserves a fucking. Yeah, let that sink in. How about a little bit of? Yeah.
I'm gonna take it. I'm proud of my joke. I'm proud of it. I'm gonna own it.
Okay. All right. I know what makes you cheer.
Anyways, so let's get into our episode.
Let's do it.
Today we are going to talk about She-Hulk by Titania.
Again.
Episode 5.
Yeah. Episode 5.
Episode 5.
We're almost done. Just 3 left.
That's funny. 4 left, actually. There's 9 episodes.
I can't math good, and I thought there would only be 8, but that's all right. All right.
No. So, okay. The runtime is more or less the same. If you've noticed, there are some series, MCU series that have 6 episodes. Some of them have 9. Overall, the runtime is the same runtime. The more episodes you have, the shorter the episodes. The less episodes you have, the longer the episodes. But overall, the runtime is the exact same runtime. So, with that in mind, if this was a short series, next week would have been the last episode.
I could only hope.
Yes, you can only hope, because this series sucks.
This is utter garbage. It's such a
The more I see, these shows, these horrible shows, not all the MCU shows are horrible. There are a lot that are good, but a lot of them are bad. But because of it, I am in the mindset of MCU died when Iron Man died.
I don't know what to say. I guess because Robert Downey Jr. was was pretty much like was lending a helping hand, and now that he's done, he's not involved, right?
I I'm pretty sure he's not involved, but I don't know. I feel like not because of Robert Downey Jr. it died, but because after that, well, one, yes, you
Mm,
did finish a saga, you did finish a storyline, but
yeah,
the effort that they put into the storyline is not as good, is not as entertaining. It's like it doesn't grab me as much. Like
mm.
I feel like some of these shows, like this show and Miss Marvel, or shows like you watch it once and you never watch it again.
That's my plan.
Yeah, compared
Like
to
I'm only watching this because I have to. We're doing the podcast.
exact. Okay, so I talked with Adam on the Hebrew podcast. We said the exact same thing about this show and about Rings of Power. We only watching it literally just for the podcast.
With Rings of Power, though, like I, as a fan of Lord of the Rings, I have to watch it so that I can gripe about it later. Like, there's no way I can't. Like, I read the books, I'm all into it. Like, I have to see it through so that when someone says, "Well, this is what I did," and I can be like, "Well, actually, oh."
No, I okay. So as a fan myself, yes, I am watching it because
Hmm,
I'm a huge fan, but they're butchering the storyline so much that I'm like, do I really want to continue torturing myself watching this show, something that I love and admire so much?
hmm.
In one hand, I don't. On the other hand, I I want to see where they go with it, and for
Yeah.
the podcast as well.
I guess that's how like GOT fans felt like
Mhm.
from the beginning of GOT, or more or less mid of the seasons, as they could feel the departure
Yeah.
all the more.
Yeah.
So I can sympathize. Whereas me as a blind person enjoying GOT up till like more or less halfway through six, and I was like, okay, now I'm starting to pick up on weird things. What is that? But I would have no context. Whereas, yeah, the tables are reversed. And then all of us are all blind into. No, not necessarily, but it doesn't matter. Anywho, yeah, I had to say that of all the Marvel shows, like Miss Marvel sucked on several levels. However, I was more intrigued because what it did play in was in world building, and that's important to me, and it further establishes certain aspects about the MCU which intrigues me, such as the red knives. Was it the red knives? What do they call them? Red cloaks? No, the the clandestine organization that
Mhm.
were against the people from the other realm kind of deal.
Yeah. I don't
And that
remember the names.
right, but then the more we learned about that, and then of course we got the X gene drop, and though Miss Marvel may not be actually Miss Marvel the way that she's portrayed in the comics, for me, like I'm not so attached to that character anyways that I care. So it's like, okay, I don't crystal platforms, cool. She's Mario, awesome. Just great. Uh and like fun to see, like for her, the girl who's playing her, you can feel the enthusiasm leaking, like oozing out of her, because she's literally the embodiment of the living character of Miss Marvel, who is a fangirl who gets superpowers and whatever, and enjoys life. Whereas and it's the exact same thing in the show. However, all that horrible tangent to say is that She-Hulk is just this big cotton candy fluff that isn't even that good. It's like as if it was like caramel cotton candy, but for some reason it was stale. There's so much of it, but it's just like there's little hints of stuff that's like good, but then like it's over in like a second, and it's wasn't even that enjoyable, and you wondered why you wasted $5, even though I'm watching it for free. So um but this episode in particular really felt like nothing happened. There was no progression, there was nothing. Like people will argue, oh well, she's finally accepted her character of who she is. It's like, from her fucking dating profile, that just sounds like a whiny bitch trying to like find anything to win an argument. This doesn't define who she is. This isn't a defining moment where she's like, I will defend people and I will die for people and become a noble character. It's like, no, I'm still selfish. I still don't want to be a superhero, but I will claim the name. She's just as bad as the fucking cosmetic girl,
Titania.
Titania. Like, what the hell? Like, fuck me. And then all that, the only thing that was good, which wasn't even that good for me, was the sudden like meeting of the Edna from Incredibles, played by a trans black, a gay black guy. There you go. Which, you know, he was a funny character. I don't really care about the push in that direction. Sure, why not? Gay black man who loves fashion builds suits for superheroes. Awesome, great character. But then like all that to reveal Daredevil's helmet, which just one had me scratching my head, and two, the color was yellow, which again dates back to like the old days of Daredevil, which is cool, and I'm looking forward to seeing that. But I'm not like, I loved the costume in Netflix Daredevil, so I hope there's some better justification, and it's like all that to get a fucking like tease of like Daredevil's coming. I was like, I fucking know he's coming. Like, where's the actual buildup? Like, I feel like they're literally just going to meet at a coffee shop. That's their like interaction, instead of like all the stuff that they've weaved, ladies and gentlemen, air quotes. Like, I just feel like it's not going to be a really good payoff, and I just feel like I have blue balls, man. It hurts.
Wow. Yes.
I'm sorry for blabbing.
No. Good, dude. This is the point of this podcast, to like vent our issues with shows that we don't like, and or shows that we do like. Vent what we like about them, and then go and like deep dive into details that we notice.
Do we have a QR code of the episode?
Oh, you want to get into it? Yes, we do have a QR code of the episode. So when the lawyer and the female lawyer, don't remember their names, like, let's go to the shop where they make the clothes, but then no, it's a actual smoothie shop, coffee shop.
Yeah, the boba shop. Yeah,
the boba shop. So as they enter, you have it for a very like split second, maybe 2 second max. You see on the wall on the right corner of the screen, there's a QR code over there, and you see it like really for like 2 seconds. And it's a kind of big QR code compared to all the other QR codes that I've seen so far.
Is it another free comic?
Yeah, it's a free comic. All the QR codes are free comics of
all right. That's cool.
If I remember right, the QR codes that were in Moon Knight was about Werewolf by Night, which, if you've seen, they released a trailer called Werewolf by Night on the Disney 23 Expo.
I missed that.
So
Werewolf by Night. I'm typing that in.
It's interesting if these comics from the QR codes, if we will see like a movie or TV show or trailer coming out for that, but who knows?
It's in black and white.
Yeah, it's in black and white. Anyways,
I'll watch this later. It looks good.
My problem with this episode. Okay, first of all, I don't know if you noticed, but this is the first episode with no cameos.
Yeah, and no end scene. I mean, you could say the helmet is a cameo, but that's not a cameo. That's just fucking bullshit. That's what that is.
It is bullshit, and it's I won't.
Which is why the episode sucked all the more.
Yeah, more or less. But I won't consider that also as an end scene, because usually the end scene is after all the music, and then you have like She-Hulk turning a lot, then you have the end scene.
I agree. I think we were talking about this earlier, but I think it's just the way that it was edited, that the pan and the slide to the reveal of the helmet felt like what would be an end scene kind of edit.
Yeah.
I literally think that the writers were like, fuck, the episode's over. We don't have anything more to fluff up. Like, we fluff this up as fluffy as we can get this fluffer. And they're like, well, what about an end scene? Well, I mean, like, we have it, but there's just not enough episode. Wow, just tag it in. It makes sense. And we'll just drop the end scene. You can't do that. Well, it'll make the episode long enough. All right, fair enough. Tag on the credits. There you go.
Yeah, nothing happens. Like, I have to say, in the 5 episodes, nothing really happens. Like, yeah, a little happens, but the more we get into it, the more nothing actually happens.
Yeah, and it's also the like a problem arises. Like, let's like anything that's big. Okay. She had her debut fighting on behalf of the Abomination.
Mm-hmm.
That trial could have probably gone longer. Legal issues take a long time.
Oh my God,
but that
yes.
got resolved within 2 episodes, which was basically like all the screen time altogether of that one thing was just less than 1 episode. So nope, that's solved, done. Okay, cool.
Then we had Johnny Blaze. That
Yep,
also
and
that lawsuit within, like, yes, the lawyer did say we will continue with this on later, but then she like, hey, I saved you from these demons. Stop doing this.
cease and desist. Yep.
So like, okay, so here again, within 1 episode, you close the case.
We have the guys who tried to stab her and get her blood. No further references of anything of that kind or build up that we notice so far in retrospect.
Well, there is a little thing. So
with the dude returning. Yeah.
So I do have a little theory about him.
So theories. Yeah. Make it more interesting, please.
So the guys who were trying to, take her blood, one of them, they were like, 5 guys? Out of 5 guys, 4 or 5 guys, only one of them was wearing a mask. And that was the guy who stabbed her and tried to take the blood.
Ooh.
What if that guy is the exact same guy who then tried to date her and ask her about her her skin and all that? And then we later see him in this episode who actually defends her in the court.
That probably makes the most sense. I'll give it to you. That it's not going to be that much of a reveal anyways, because we kind of already speculated that, but this episode builds to that. But at the same time, it's like, he's invited her for drinks. So that'll probably be the next episode. But, oh man, I feel like there's, it's probably going to lead into
what?
At the rate how this show is going, since it's taken 5 episodes to establish nothing, what's probably going to happen is the cliffhanger in order to lean into season 2. God forbid they create this.
Oh my God,
is that he finally gets her blood.
Maybe I don't know what they would do with it. Like, obviously, become more Hulks and all that.
Well, it'd be like the first movie.
Yeah.
The first Hulk movie where the guy is creating shit from his blood.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. It is interesting, like, when it comes to that, to the whole blood storyline. That I think is the only interesting aspect over here. But the thing is, that was episode 1, episode 4, now kinda episode 5.
Yeah.
And then, and again, at the same time, nothing really happens. I don't know. What I do want to kind of talk about, like I said, the big picture or message that I'm getting from this show in general is men are pigs, women are sluts. And I want to
but women have a very hard time.
Yes, and women have a very hard time.
This episode was like, I'm living the dream. Every woman's dream, walking alone down at night with headphones on. What's funny about that? Not even guys do that. Nobody in their right mind walks down dark streets with their headphones on. Only idiots do that. There is no guy who feels safe going down into a hood with headphones completely on or on at all, whatever. Everybody who's like, because it doesn't matter what gender you are, you can get jumped. Guys get jumped all the time. Just as
I do live in a relatively safe area, so I don't mind, having headphones with me walking at night. I don't usually do that. I rarely ever do that. But if I do that, me personally, I don't feel like I'm not safe. If I'll be in a place that I don't know, even in, where my country or whatever, I will not have headphones. I will always have my ears right open to listen and know.
There's only two places that I have headphones on completely, and that's either in my room or in the gym. Anywhere else, just either one headphone or I'm not wearing them.
Yeah, it seems legit, but yeah, like you said, guys also get jumped. It's not only women. Obviously, more women than men. I'm not gonna deny that. But
well, we don't know. We don't know statistics. A lot of feminist stuff pushes statistics in ways that we're not viewing the other side. Like if you look at rape as a total, men actually get raped more than women. That's when including all factors of statistics, which is prison, which is important. It's a huge thing to consider because it's like, oh, well, they're in prison. No, it's still rape. It's still violating human rights. Da da da. It's like, well, you didn't see that one coming, did you?
No, I actually did not. I did not. Like the second you said men get more raped than women, like, what the fuck is he?
No, we don't.
No.
Who is this chauvinist guy?
But then then he said like, look at all the aspects. Okay, and then like, okay, well, yeah, that could be true. I personally don't know. I didn't do the research, so I'm gonna go off by your word.
I as someone who promotes proper critical thinking, don't just take my word for it. Go look at the statistical shelf. Search like men rape percentage, be like CDC percentages and things of that nature, like total rape, whatever constitutes between male and just need good key Google word search, because you're gonna get a lot of various propaganda oriented, like you just want pure statistics, so you'll find those at on like government websites and such.
Yeah, I will do that when on my free time. But let's kind of jump back to the episode.
She-Hulk, yes, this boring piece of shit. What?
Yes. So basically,
I want to find out where's Bruce.
The main, I do want to know what Bruce is going up with.
What's Wong up to?
Yeah.
Is he still with that chick?
Madison, 2 N's, 1 Y, but not what
it's
you
not what you thinking.
This episode is mainly about Titania suing She-Hulk because Titania, turned She-Hulk into a company name. So whatever.
Yeah, she trademarked the name due on the basis that Jennifer didn't trademark her name as of yet.
Which why would Captain America didn't do it, Iron Man didn't do it, and hey Jennifer, by the way, look, these are two examples that are not using their actual names, you dumb bitch.
But that are using their actual names. Yeah, Doctor Strange.
So I'm saying they are not using. I gave Captain America, Iron Man. She said Thor and Doctor Strange.
Man, yeah. True.
How out of all the Avengers, you chose the two people who uses the actual name. Now that I think
she's
about
a smart woman.
Now that I think about it, I think they are the only ones. I'm not 100% sure, but I think they are the only
Black Widow, Hawkeye.
No,
they don't have. Those aren't their names.
No, yeah, I'm saying about superheroes who uses their actual name as their name tag.
Well, Captain America.
That's a pseudonym.
Steve Rogers, right? Thor is his name. Doctor Strange is his name.
Iron Man is a pseudonym. Hulk is a pseudonym. Spider-Man is a pseudonym. Black Panther is a pseudonym. Yeah. I think they're the only two in the entire Marvel universe.
as of now,
No, like I'm talking
not.
about like entirely in like comics and history. I
I
am
don't
not
know.
100.
There's probably other characters. Craven, I think. Are we talking about villains and superheroes?
Sure, again. I'm not a 100% sure
Doctor
about this.
Doom.
His name is Victor Von Doom.
Yeah, but he's a doctor.
Okay,
Doctor Doom.
okay, no problem.
Fantastic Four, Mr. Fantastic. He
Okay,
is Mr. Fantastic.
he is a Mister, and he is fantastic.
Yeah, but he's
But wait,
technically Doctor Fantastic.
his actual name is Fantastic.
I don't know. I forget. Richard Reeds. That's his name.
Richard
Doctor
Reed.
Reeds.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I almost solved that. But
uh,
anyways, so at first I was like, this is a stupid lawsuit, but whatever. The the tactic of how Jennifer slash Shield gets out of it is using all the people she dated. And I want to talk
yeah.
about one specific guy, and it's the
Uh-huh.
handsome guy who the lawyer kept saying. So, the guy basically says, like, oh my God, yes, She-Hulk is absolutely amazing. She is, she's amazing and she's exactly what I'm looking for, whatever. And then the lawyers ask him about, well, Jennifer Walters, what do you think about her? And he says, with no offense, she's not my type. I don't like Jennifer Walters. And then later on, the lawyer tells Jennifer, like, that handsome guy, you can do way better than all those guys. Jennifer, you deserve better. And what went into my mind is like, what the fuck are you talking about? This guy was so genuinely honest and straightforward. What was wrong with what he said? Honestly, why would anyone want to start a relationship and build a relationship, and several months to several years later he tells you, yeah, I don't like you because of this? It's like, well, this is who I am. Like, he told her straightforward from the very beginning, I don't like Jennifer Walters, I like She-Hulk.
Yeah.
Was
But they're the
honest with her.
same, which is why I had an issue with his
Yeah,
thing. Like I didn't think he was like, I understand what the writers were saying, what he was saying, like, not that they're different personas, but he likes this version of Jennifer much better versus her normal self. I'm like, fair enough. You're allowed to have your
yeah, but the thing is,
whatever that is.
the thing is, he was straightforward and honest with her from the very beginning, and yet the girls come and say he's a disgusting man, and you can do better than that. It's like,
true.
Wow, if you think someone who's straightforward and honest from the very beginning is disgusting, you deserve someone shittier.
Also, random question. Do you think that was like a little bit of a buy thing when Jennifer asked the other lawyer to go for a drink in celebration? There was some awkward delivery of the dialogue, which made me like, is this more than a drink thing? Like more than a celebrating thing?
I don't think that was a buy thing. What I do think, and this is what I had a problem over here. So Jennifer, she drinks and they celebrate, and she said, "Oh my God, I can't believe we are finally friends." Like, oh my God, did I actually say that out loud? Like, you did not build in this show a feud between the two. I did not get the vibe between the two that they are not friends.
Yeah. Why was she striving for? Also, first of all, I never even realized. I don't even remember who the other the lawyer was. Like,
I don't remember
I was
her
like, am I?
name as well.
Was she introduced earlier? Did I miss her?
Yeah, she was introduced, I think, 2 episodes ago.
Wasn't it the, like, if I can remember correctly, Jennifer is being briefed on the thing. She's like, I have a conflict of interest. They bring the other lawyer in, and then she's like, no, I'm not going to, and she walks out. And then yeah, okay, so that's her. Yeah, there was no establishment of like that there was needing to be or wanting a friendship with this individual. It was just like, okay.
Yeah, so I didn't get it. I didn't like, why is this like, oh my, why are you ashamed of saying that we are finally friends? You didn't build a feud over here, so I don't know. It was stupid for me, but no,
There's nothing.
I didn't get a vibe of this as a buy thing going on between them. I think like, hey,
Mm.
you help me, restore my name and my honor and dignity, whatever, and
By
want to
losing my honor and dignity,
by
I
losing,
gained my honor and dignity.
yes, by losing my honor and dignity.
Mm.
Yeah. So I think that was a celebration of that.
Mm. I mean,
We,
I'll take it.
yeah, again, not a lot of happening when they went to.
Nothing.
I did notice, which is a cute little touch, when they did go to the shop, to get all the Avengers stuff. The
Yeah.
What was it called? Avengers and
Yeah.
whatever. Anyways, the guy lawyer, I don't remember his name. He was holding Captain America's shield and throws hammer just like Captain America did in Endgame. I was like, oh wow, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So yeah, a nice little touch over there. But yeah, I do not like this show. No siree.
Yep. Nope.
Yeah.
Lemet kilo. I just switched to Hebrew. Like to be honest, like really, it's just like I have nothing to look forward to other than Daredevil. Like that's and that's not even looking forward to. That's just curiosity. Like I am biding my time, waiting for this thing. Like I can't even. I'm trying to ponder what they're even trying to play off. Like she's literally accomplished nothing. She's fought demons, cool, but they're not even like demons that like actually caused her a threat. You know what I mean? They were just an inconvenience to her / Wong. And it's not because she's fucking amazing. She has literally done nothing to inspire me any of her character. Like I was just like, she hasn't the simplest thing. A kid like drops something in the street and like goes to pick it up and is about to get hit by a car. She's the perfect candidate to figure out what to do in this situation because she like maybe a quick brief look around for other superheroes, no one's around and it's fucking her. And then, like keep putting her in these incidences where she has to like, I don't want to do this, but fuck, I have to, like, I have the power to do something. And like, maybe by stopping the car, she's injured the people on the inside, but they're going to hit the boy. So that puts her in other legal waters and like explore the lawyer aspect is awesome. Like explore the legal ramifications, like in real world. What would it mean to be a person of greater ability that can cause harm and like cause and while saving lives, like Superman and Batman versus Superman touched on it because Bruce's whole vendetta was like Superman is fucking dangerous. The fight in Metropolis proves it, and that was a really cool angle. I bought it hook, line, and sinker. I was like, yeah, I'm on Bruce's side. Like I get it. From a realistic point of view, like I don't care how bad the movie was. Like the plot, the stakes, and what they brought were understandable. This show has so much potential, but they're squandering it on fluff. I don't care. No one cares about her dating life. It's almost borderline vulgar. No one cares about her complaints with the name. Like, sure, that can be an issue of identity, but like put it against these other issues that I mentioned. Like make the give me some meat, like something that the really wrestle, like Winter Soldier and Falcon and the Winter Soldier. They were a little bit too political and a little more bent, but the material of what they were talking about was rich. You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean. They would way too much political for my taste to a point where I actually hate that show.
Fair enough.
They came to a point like, don't call terrorists because that's offensive. It's like,
yeah,
what the fuck are you talking? No, terrorists are terrorists. Period.
Like, I was more referring to the scene between what's this the Falcon wrestling with the idea of becoming the next
Yes.
Captain America.
Yes.
And while he's talking to one of the superhuman soldiers who retired from not Nam, North Korea,
Yeah.
who had been experimented on, and how he could have been a superhero more or less. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Uh,
I definitely know what you mean.
that scene in particular had a lot of weight, and like, again, very specifically politically oriented, leaning towards a certain thing, but it's still, and even though I don't lean that way and I disagree with some of the argumentation, those are good arguments. Those are some things are like I don't care if you're coming from the wrong area. If you present your argument well, it's going to let me do some consideration, because I have to come up with intellectually something to engage with it that I can either find common ground or find where the argument is weak, or in, and not gloat about certain parts of my argument. Here, there's literally nothing. It's just exactly as you said. Men are bad, women have it hard, and She-Hulk's having a hard time literally doing nothing. Whereas we've looked at like Bruce's character, the Hulk has been through some heavy shit all the way through. Now, some of these movies, like, you have to extrapolate a little more just to even feel the weight, because they don't really get into it. But they could. And that's what TV series are for. Movies are for like portraying an idea and exploring it to an extent. Like, let's say Tenet. Did you watch the movie?
I did watch the movie.
One of my favorite films. I think it's my favorite of the Nolan
Really,
whole things.
it's not one of mine. I know it's one of the movies you can see it both ways, because that is the entire purpose of that movie.
More or less. Cinema in and of its whole, we have been taught to understand or to watch cinema from a certain linear point of view. But the idea of cinema in and of itself is the exploration of ideas. And Nolan is choosing to withdraw from certain narrative beats to share with us the exploration of, quote unquote, the pincer maneuver, which is the entire film, because it's basically inception of a pincer maneuver within a pincer maneuver within the overall arcing pincer maneuver, which is really interesting. It's worth rewatching. You'll get a lot more of it out of it later. Anyways, I'm definitely an apologetist for the for that film, but I understand why people have a disconnect with it. But the point is, there's only so much time in a movie that you can share or explore an idea. You have about roughly 2 hours max. Some movies give extra credit, like extra extension, and that's fantastic. Lord of the Rings has 3 movies to explore themes and whatnot, but they're staying within the narrative. But TV series are for honing out character arcs and exploring conceptual ideas and a person's reaction and interaction with that. And you have many episodes to make someone grow over the course of 5 episodes to come to something fantastic. Like, if we were to break Wonder Woman up from the beginning and like bring into a, by the time we got to this episode, she would have started being more fully realized, and like, especially with the call to go out to the world of men. So like, you know, we've seen that she's training. It's not easy, and she is like strong for multiple reasons. And now the real issues are the emotional cues, which is why that's important, and the weight of that not just being super strong and having physical ability. So, like I said, this show has had. I'm going to say had past tense, because they've already done everything and they're just releasing it. So, it had the potential to be something really unique.
Yes.
Long-winded, passionate speech. Yep. Thanks.
No.
Well, while Joel is, having a breakdown, don't forget, check out Reforge Radio at Reforge Radio on Instagram. You can find me, your host, Moses Moon.
Yes.
A shameless plug while you're dying.
No,
Also,
no,
if you like coffee, try.
no. Go ahead for the shameless plug. No, okay. So yes, the point of cinema is okay. Cinema and TV. The point of it is to take you out of whatever the fuck is going on in your life and
Mm.
put you into this world that you are watching. This show, oh, this
This puberty is brought to you by menthol cakes. The more you eat, the fresher you get.
ding. This show, it's not taking. I'm not buying this show. I'm not buying this world. I'm dreading watching it. You
Mm.
know, like you said, Nolan. Tenet is one of your favorites. One of my favorites is actually Interstellar.
Mhm.
It's an amazing movie, and that's one of the movies that I can easily watch multiple times, like year back, like every year to watch it.
Yep.
Amazing movie. And obviously, I'm not going to compare movies and TV shows, and but I'm going to compare this show to the Marvel movies because it's in the same world.
Yeah.
It's not doing it for me. First of all, the CGI. I'm having a horrible time with the CGI, and the fact that you basically
I don't
force her.
even look at her face. I look at her
I
cheek.
I can't look at her because she looks computerized. She doesn't look real to me. Like, yes,
Mm.
obviously she's not real. She's a big, green thing. But imagine she is real. She doesn't look real. She looks computerized, and it's very annoying. And it's very it takes me out. I can't sink into your world that you want me to sink into. I'm
Mm.
like I'm way like several steps behind you. I can't sink in. But yeah, that's basically my point of view with this. I I do believe we did kind of talked and ranted about this show um as much as
All
we
I'm saying is I want something bad to happen to her.
yeah
And it's not because I hate women or whatever. I just want her to grow. I just want something actual
as a
real to watch
character
where the stakes are exist. Yeah.
exactly nothing. Well, 5 episodes in, nothing bad really happens. There's no bad character. Like, who is the big bad over here?
Mm-hmm. Like even like fuck this, but like even the new Star Wars, the sequel trilogy, I didn't know what could happen to Rey. I knew she was still mortal. She may be fucking powerful. I never at once thought like, ah, oh, she'll fucking get out of this. Like, I don't know what they'll do. Obviously, she had plot armor, but like anything could have happened, especially like from the second film onwards. With fuck, who took the directing helm
I
of the
don't
second film?
remember. I don't remember.
But
Jay
the guy
Abrams?
who
No,
threw
Jay Abrams was the
no,
first
he did the
one.
first and last. It'll come to us. But
Andrew
anyways, but
Andrew something.
no, that's not it. But his whole spiel is like breaking expectations basically, and like so I was like, okay. And in the Star Wars world, like anything can happen. Luke lost an arm, so okay, so maybe Rey is gonna get fucked up somehow. I don't know. Here is She-Hulk. Like there is literally nothing that has been presented that like not even even the emotional stakes, any and all of it has just been like that's no one cares. No one fucking cares. There's literally there's nothing to grow on it. Like even if she like had nudes leaked of her in as the She-Hulk, like I wouldn't care. There's like the emotional stake of like, oh, it's so horrible. Da da da. It's like no, nothing as horrible has happened. Nothing that like this. There are no stakes have been built towards anything. It's like,
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. I don't see a character build up over here at all. She is the exact same person she was before she became the Hulk. That's it.
You know what this is? Do you know the idea of like the hero archetype?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, so there's several stages, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so in the first stages, you have the call to adventure, and then you have two paths, but generally follows the sequence of the call to adventure, the denial of adventure, the something that makes them go on the adventure, right? We have been here sitting for 5 episodes
On the
on the
call.
denial of adventure.
Yeah.
The
Denial.
call is there. She's just been, nope, I don't care. And we're supposed to rejoice. You go, girl. You tell that journey to fuck right off. Like, you're so powerful. It's like, that isn't a good story. Nothing. You're just sitting in the first stage. There's nothing.
Oh my god. Yes. Literally nothing. It's
It's
sad.
like, right.
It's really sad. I have to say I hate the TV show Miss Marvel, but a lot more happens over there compared to this show.
She had the call. She accepted it. She wanted it because she's always wanted more. She had some, how would you say, some what do you call that, obstructions in her journey to like get there, which was sneaking out of the house, breaking tradition. Those are some stakes. Those are real because they have consequences, but she had to be there and her powers manifested, and like, oh, okay. And then there was some actual like not good ones, but they were okay. Whereas this is like, it's literally if Frodo got the ring, put it in the put it in the drawer and just forgot about it. And Gandalf's like, "Did you keep it? Is it secret? Is it safe?" He's like, "I don't know, man. It's somewhere."
Well,
They search, nothing happens.
well,
They can't find it.
if you
The
want to
rest of the
go
world goes into chaos.
technical about what Frodo did with the rings according to the books, he did exactly that for 20 years.
17 years, but it's not that.
17
It's
years.
he. There was a plan in place.
Yeah, but he did exactly that. He did remember
And
it's
they
in the
moved to
drawer.
Buckland and all that. No, but just
Yeah.
imagine that he didn't. The 17-year plan is all set up, and he's like, "Oh, I'm going to move into it." No, he still stays in um, Bag End, and like just chills there until eventually the ring wraiths find him and kill him, and then that's the end of the
Yeah.
series. And every chapter is just the day he wakes up and like smokes a pipe and greets his fellow friends, and nothing happens.
Yeah.
The ring sat in the box, awaiting him. Frodo did not open the box. Not today. He had more important things to do.
Yeah. Yeah, basically. I have to say that this entire episode was basically how she gets her super suit and how she will finally look like a female as a Hulk as a lawyer, compared to Miss Marvel at the end of the episode. Like her grandmother is like, "Here's I made you a suit." Like, you didn't have to do an entire episode for She-Hulk. You didn't have to do an entire episode for Miss Marvel, and yet over here you did an entire episode for She-Hulk. What the fuck?
And even then, Jennifer Walters ignored the call, saying, "Oh, I don't think I'll need this." And so she ignored the call to adventure once again, only enjoying the casualties of her new suit.
Yeah, totally. I do believe we basically ranted about this entire episode as much as we could.
We hate it.
We definitely do hate it. I do want to mention a bit what they did announce during Disney Day, Disney 23 Expo, whatever you want to call it.
Mhm.
So obviously, during Comic-Con, they announced about Phase 5 and a little bit about Phase 6. A lot of people were hoping they would, tell us more about Phase 6, but they didn't. What they did do is they showed us more trailers about stuff they already announced, and they confirmed more stuff about shows and TV and movies that they already announced, like castings, to which movie and what. And speaking about Captain America,
America.
Captain America: New World Order, the fourth Captain America.
Mhm.
Guess who is going to represent Israel? We have an
Yeah.
actual Israeli actress who is going to be in the new movie Captain America New World Order as an Israeli superhero, a Marvel Israeli superhero. Yes, this is real. This is legit. And her name is Sabra. That is the name of the
Is
that is the
she
name.
like a giant cactus?
So yeah, okay, so I'll go into the story about that, but that's her superhero name.
Okay.
The actress name is Shira Haas.
Yes.
So
Okay.
obviously, so the little background about the Sabra.
She's from
So
the X-Men. What?
yes, she's an X-Men.
What the hell?
Yeah. So that's awesome. I am excited for that. I did not know anything about this, but when they announced,
Is she
like,
gonna become my new favorite superhero? What?
maybe, like, I always told ask myself, is there an Israeli superhero in the Marvel universe? I never actually searched it, but apparently yes, there is. I'm like, holy shit,
A
this is
first
awesome.
appearance in Incredible Hulk issue 250, August 1980. But fully appeared in a few issues later in Incredible Hulk 256, February 1981, created by Bill Mantlo and Sal Buscema.
Yes.
Blended gas. Anyways, well, here's the thing that's really unique. I mean, in terms of like knowing that this character exists and like a Marvel pulling out really strange random ones. But on another note, and I kind of take this, I have definite personal bias in this, not bio, bile or bias in particular. I like when Israel gets good. Well, hopefully this character is a good character, but I like when Israel gets good representation, when we're
Yes.
represented as a good guy, as like a good character. You don't even have to mention the conflict. Please don't touch on it at all. You know, please don't even talk about her origin. Just make her a kick-ass, amazing hero with heart and whatever, and we'll all be satisfied. And then people who get into it be like, "Oh, she's Israeli. Her character enter actress. This is very good. We like this. Does she like hummus? I like hummus. This is great."
Yes, that okay, so I'm totally stoked for this. I'm very excited for this. At the same time, just like you, I'm very nervous about how they're going to represent her.
Her origin is really cool.
Her origin is actually very cool.
Ruth Bat Seref was born near Jerusalem, Israel. She was raised on a special kibbutz run by Israeli government after her powers manifested. Ruth was a first superhero agent to serve with the Mossad.
It's really cool. I actually do want to see her origins in the movie because we know nothing about her. Like it's not like she's from Miss Marvel. This is a new character from 2013. Miss Marvel was created, if I remember right, in the year 2013. Sabra over here was created in the 80s. And there's not a lot about her. So it's like now you're bringing her to life. This is kind of cool. I do want to see her origin. It's gonna be also the first time anyone is going to talk about her, which is awesome. Which, by the way, I do want to do a little Easter egg. This is not the first time we talk about her.
What?
Yes. Are you ready for
Hey,
this?
what?
Are you ready for
Blow my mind.
Are you ready for the insane Easter egg? Way back in X-Men 2, X2.
Yeah.
Okay, so at some point, one of the characters is on the computer, and you see a huge list of people, or for the X test that they want to do. On the very corner, you see her name, Saba's name.
You see Ruth Bat Seref.
Yes.
What?
Yeah, so it's like, oh my God, you guys actually knew about her way back in the movie X-Men 2, which came on like 2002. something like that.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my god, you did an Easter egg back then.
That's a
But yeah.
weird there's a weird like Easter egg because she's a random character, and like back in those times they usually tried to like prompt like well-known superheroes. So the real question is, how big is oh my gosh, her costuming is ridiculous.
Oh yeah, her costume is ridiculous. They do change it up later.
Yeah, no, I see that, but it's just like Israel. But
she
I love
also
it.
I think her father is also later on a superhero. I don't remember, but there's another character who has more or less the same outfit as she does.
Oh my gosh,
Yes.
that's so
We
funny.
we will definitely dive deep into Saba on our own time, because
Oh my gosh, yes. Well, you know, it's interesting now. I'm seeing this article comparing like she's like the Israeli version of the Captain America, and then we also Captain
you have Captain Canada.
Marvel.
Okay, you have
Captain
Canada,
Universe, which is
you have
yeah,
Captain Canada, Captain Universe, Captain America, Captain Britain, and now
Britain, and then the dude from the USSR,
yes,
Red Guardian.
Red Guardian. So yeah, she is kind of the Israeli Captain America, which, you know what, I'm gonna say it. She's the first female Captain America, but Captain Israel. How about that? Suck on that, feminist bullshit.
Suck it, anti-Israel
Way back
fuckers.
in the 80s.
Yeah, so yeah, my question remains is how much of a following does she have in order for them to like have referenced her then and or now, and or it's that secret Jewish cabal that's like, you know, who else is Jewish?
I don't know how big of a following she has, but I do believe her following will grow. The real question is over here. I don't know how many comics are out there about this character. Now, with the movies coming out, are you going to continue doing comics about her, or are you not going to continue doing comics about her?
Or with her. She seems more like there's I don't know, like more of a character who's had a very particular like more width than like a solo thing.
Mm-hmm.
It seems that she's been in a few things.
We'll have to find that out.
She's new X-Men in 2020. Okay, yeah, in the comic series. All right, cool. I think the latest, 2022 was the release. That was the most recent, but I don't know. It seems like the most recent comic she was in December 2009, Ultimate Comics Armor Wars issue 2. Anyways, that is enough about me bullshitting because I'm just Googling. I'm the Jamie of Joe Rogan's podcast that I'm just searching all this shit up. I'm excited. Oh, weren't we talking about She-Hulk? What?
we segued for that from that to this, but yeah, I do believe in generally we are more or less done with this episode. So with that in mind, I do believe we got to the end of the episode. I am your host Joel, and with me today,
Mark McLean. It's been a pleasure.
Okay, yeah. Moses Moon.
I'm just kidding. It's me, Moses Moon.
we talked about She-Hulk by Titania, episode 5. I'll put all the links for the Hebrew podcast, Moses Instagram radio show. Give us 5 stars on Spotify and anywhere else you can listen to. We are Spoilers, obviously, and we'll catch you all up on the next episode. Goodbye.